I'm in cahoots with Rock Nation. That's fair to say.
Of course, absolutely.
And you think Rock Nation is doing this to you?
Rock Nation is part of a broader thing, but yes, of course.
So if I called you to
Yes.
tell you that privately, wouldn't that be me snaking Rock Nation?
Are we cutting this part out? Like, yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
So that should let you know right there.
No.
If I'm so in bed with Rock Nation and I'm so in cahoots with them and they got this master plan to take down Akademiks, and Charlamagne calls Act to tell him privately, that would mean I'm snaking Rock Nation.
Yeah, but Charlotte, that call wasn't like Act save it, because everything you even told me, it was like, Act, the focus of what I'm hearing is people that has been around you. You weren't even saying Act, you were saying be careful.
That's right.
Okay. What I felt that call was, that's what I'm saying. I think that was a Rock Nation directed call. You know why? If I completely took heed of that, the people who were around me that you mentioned, I would have just backed up off and be like, yo, I don't know.
Nah, not necessarily. That just means you cut your grass a little lower so you can really see if there's any snakes there. That don't mean cut those folks off. That was just a simple heads up that you could have kept private, tucked to yourself, and just kept a close eye on everybody just in case.
To me, that was Rock Nation.
But instead, you went to your main shooter and told him, start shooting at Charlamagne.
We're a little bit repulsed by the fact that so many people outside the culture of Chicago, they hyped up the music not knowing that real lives are being affected. How do you feel about that?
I wanted to slap you in your face, honestly. People exactly like you made a following off of clowning situations that we go through in real life. Whatever made you feel like you had a space to have a perspective on our people dying?
Drill was so hyped up by everyone. I had to give a different perspective. The content was not just negative.
It was just negative, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really think you're a bitch. Who made you eligible to even weigh in? You sitting at a computer,
Everybody weighs in.
fucking typing. You talking about real shit. What you know about that, bro?
No.
Those are ballsy things to say, not coming from a ballsy person. It's just kind of sick when it's real people dying young. I'm at those funerals. Man, that's some whole shit. But we should just move on.
Akademiks, man. Honestly, Akademiks has been around long enough to become cool, I guess. If you got Drake around you, co-signing you, giving you an over your chain, I guess he made it, right? I guess he lasted long enough to be cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's not really much to talk about when it comes to, like, you know, the whole Rock Nation, Charlamagne the God, DJ Akademiks, conspiracy theory. You know, that's why I'm giving you guys this bonus episode today. You know, welcome to the podcast, Millionaire Matcha podcast, presented by your boy Luxury Greg. Y'all know the vibes. But I feel like everybody wants to be acknowledged by people that they look up to. And I've watched some of the interview with Charlamagne the God and DJ Akademiks today, and somebody said it beautifully in the comments. You know, Charlamagne the God is just have more emotional intelligence and is just operating on a different frequency right now. And again, you know, Akademiks did make it. He took a situation and made the most of it. No matter how he did it, he still made it. You know, another black man making it, and it is what it is, right? But I just feel like when you are a person like Akademiks and you are, you know, talking about people and their assets, like Megan Thee Stallion, you know, she's an asset to Rock Nation, right? Like they have to protect the home team. They got to protect her as a human, and they got to protect their best interest, which is money. Like no one's friends out here, no friends in the industry, right? So they got to protect. Especially when someone is as outspoken as Akademiks, especially when it comes to like women. And as we heard by Vic Mensa when he had his time to shine, Akademiks didn't say anything but kept it extremely humble and professional. All right, and we see how Akademiks go off on women, and it's nowhere near entertainment, because when Vic Mensa said what he said, it could have been entertainment as well. So we already know the guy's not made like that, right? And but again, he lasted long enough to, I guess, be cool, because if you got co-signed by Drake, you're considered to be cool and an asset to the industry, I guess. Okay, but I think that when it comes to Akademiks, I'm with Drake now. I'm winning. I was once corny. And it's true. He was once corny and still kind of is corny to a lot of people. Like, he's still corny, like, still a cornball, right? You kind of can't outgrow that. You know, it doesn't matter. And I think the whole move with Drake and Akademiks, I think Drake said, fuck it, let me use him, you know, for the greater good for me. I'd rather use him to my benefit opposed to argue with this nigga, because you can't out-argue Akademiks. You can't out-argue somebody that, you know, this is what they do for a living. You know, this is their full-time gig. You know, I could do a podcast right now, and, you know, if my whole MO was to troll people and speak about negativity all day, if that's my job, bro, you can't outdo that, because I'm going to do this every fucking day in my studio, right? Self-recorded, self-produced, self-distributed. Did I say that right? Self-distributed. You know what I mean? So I just feel like Akademiks is like anybody else, any other, you know, millennial that came up in the game and that's looking up to the Jay-Z's of the world, the Rockefellers, the Rock Nations of the world, and, you know, Charlamagne the God, because Charlamagne the God came up the same way that Akademiks came up. Gossip. Wasn't he with, you know, Wendy Williams, you know, like, you know, Donkey of the Day, right? That's what he's known for. So I kind of get the big brother type thing. Hey, I'm winning over here, you know? He was on Complex. He had success. But sometimes money don't buy clout. Straight up. Because you could be rich. You could get rich, you know? Like Millionaire Matcha podcast, we could receive a $30 million check today. But if people ain't fucking with it, they ain't fucking with it. Doesn't matter how much check you received. So I think that for him, now it might be some truth to it, because he knows what he's done. He knows what he said. He knows how things work. So it could be his own paranoia too with Rock Nation, Akademiks, right? He know he's been trolling Megan. He knows he's been trolling Jay-Z, especially during this time with the whole Drake thing, right? He knows when, you know, when Hove picked Kendrick over Drake or over Wayne or whatever the powers that be, whatever Hove did to make niggas upset again. Every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with Hove, right? Shit like that. So when you speaking like that all the time, like, you know, to some effect, you become paranoid. It's like a hustler. You know you doing wrong, nigga. You know you getting money in the street, nigga. You see the feds everywhere and they nowhere. They ain't even looking for you. You only nickel and diamond, baby. Like, but when you doing wrong, paranoia tends to, you know, creep up. So I get it. Is Rock Nation invested in trying to take Akademiks down? I could see that. I could really see that, because are you really going to speak about somebody and they not fuck with you? Like, really? Like, come on. Like, you can't keep poking the bear and expect nothing back in return. Now, I'm not saying that the conspiracy theory is true, because then that would make Akademiks more important than what he actually is. Because in reality, to kind of get rid of someone like Akademiks, just ignore them. But there's a bunch of people that like Akademiks, right? You know, for what he does. You know, we all are creating content and trying to see what sticks, and whatever sticks, we're going to double down on that. So sometimes the idea of Akademiks and what he does is people are more of a fan of the idea of Akademiks versus Akademiks himself. Because I'm pretty sure he's a well-educated guy. You know, he went to college. He did the right thing. He did it the right way. Let's not take away from a successful black man. He did it the right way. He went to college. I'm not sure if he graduated or not, but, you know, I'm hearing that he went to college, you know, just like Speedy, right? Went to college, right? Got into media, like, did it the right way. Not everybody's going to be a rapper, right? So, but by way of what, right? By way of, you know, I hear how you speak, you know, about the women versus, like I said, with Vic Mensa, you know, so I slap shotty type shit. He ain't do nothing like that there. You know, he ain't really activate. But again, bro, like, I just think that Akademiks wants to be acknowledged. Like, I'm here too, and it's like when the little niggas. That's the best way I can say it, bro. It's like when little niggas, you know, you come up and you respect the little niggas for better, for worse, whatever it is, and then they get some motion, and now they want to act like we equals. I think that's where Akademiks is at right now. You know, and even to some capacity, even Drake, you know what I'm saying? Not to even throw him a little shade or catch a stray. It's like Drake is the best in the game musically right now. Like, Drake provided music that we all was missing. Drake is killing all genres at the same fucking time. Drake is providing music that is literally just not there at all. So I think even for Drake, when it's time to like buy the Tupac rings, the Pharrell jewelry, going at the Clips and taking little jabs at Jay-Z and, you know, whatever else, that's him like, yo, I made it and I'm not afraid to speak up now because I made it, right? So I think Akademiks got the, you know, the paranoia because of his actions, 1000%, because you know how the shit go, right? Like, how many times can you keep mentioning someone's name? You are a public figure. You're making a living of being a public figure, and you're not holding no punches. Your platform is not holding no punches, and you know how devious it could get. It's like if you're talking about the neighborhood plug or the neighborhood bully, you talking shit about them. You know, you might run to the internet like, or might run to the block like, yo, Debo might be after me. Like, why? Why? Oh, because you was talking about him, right? So it's like a little paranoia, a little fear that there might be some coincidences involved, or it might just be the real fucking thing. Maybe Rock Nation is coming after him, but not for nothing. You understand? Like, if you mind your business and you do your thing, then do your thing. But I think overall, I don't think Rock Nation is really invested into Akademiks at all. Like, $500,000 for little poor ass Akademiks for what? Where's the ROI with that? Jay-Z sold crack. I don't think Jay-Z is willing to, you know, let anyone around him invest $500,000 to make an example of DJ Akademiks from his standpoint to where Ak is. That doesn't make any sense. I don't even see someone like Drake doing that. I don't see any entertainer creating a campaign or getting attorneys involved for Ak. I don't see that unless it would have been like a Megan Thee Stallion directly suing for like, you know, defamation and or just suing him like directly because he's hurting her brand, he's hurting her sales. Back when the Tory and situation, you know, when it was live, right? When it was real, you know what I'm saying? So I could kind of see that, but I don't see like a billionaire like Hove, you know what I mean, even entertaining it. Again, it was surprising to me to see Drake align himself with Ak, but he ain't going nowhere. So Drake probably like, fuck it. You know, this nigga could be annoying for me. I'd rather the nigga be annoying for me than annoying to me. You understand? So I kind of get that too, bro. So, but, you know, and Ak is smart because he's increasing his stock by even insinuating that Rock Nation is even doing anything like to him, right? Or could even do anything to him. Like, really, dogs, like, Rock Nation and them niggas is worried about you. If anything, they might sue you for damages of what you're saying that might have hurt their artist. I can see that, right? That's the only way $500,000 will be invested into trying to take Akademiks down, because there is a return on investment with that, right? Like, there's money to be gained out of it, but to teach you a lesson and to show the world that Rock Nation is going to teach Ak a lesson. I don't see that. So that's my piece on this, and this is a bonus episode, gang. So this is where we end. You know what I mean? Daily episodes. Millionaire Matcha podcast is dropping every day, 8 p.m. Eastern time. But when I see like certain outliers and stuff like that, certain topics that I could speak on, but you know, it is what it is. Give my little piece to it. You know, I'll do a bonus episode here and there. Why not? Don't hurt nobody. But you already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. We are on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts only. And let's see what's going on. Let's make matcha great again. You know, Millionaire Matcha podcast. Join the movement and get you a nice matcha. Get you a nice matcha. Get some energy going. Get your day started. Oh, matter of fact, I think it's like 8 p.m., right? Get your night started. You already know the vibes. We out.